In this edition, first we have Dr. Swaminathan, who is a senior consultant infectious disease from the Clinicals Global Health City, joining us live from Chennai. Dr. Swaminathan, let me begin by asking you, there are certain fears that needs to be allayed at this point in time, especially given the fact that there have been politics over this entire matter of Covaxin particularly. But I do not want to draw you into the politics of this entire issue. But for all our viewers who are joining in right now, if at all they are cautious about something, what is it that you would like to tell them?
I think we need to be more cautious about COVID even today. I don't think COVID has left us. Remember, it's a virus which is incredibly capable of changing its colors and adapting to the situation and coming back possibly even in new avatars to haunt us. Therefore, I don't think any of us should get lax in our personal measures of safety. Let's not assume we are out of the woods. Its situation is a lot better than the Western world, but it doesn't mean that we are not vulnerable at all. There are still bumps in the road. We still need to be cautious. And long term, everybody accepts that vaccine is the only way to go. There is no other way to get a handle on the problem short of getting a vaccine into mass production and mass administration.
Dr. Swaminathan, also, I would like to ask you, as far as this entire vaccination program is concerned, there are questions that have been asked about if I'm not part of the prioritized group. What does that mean? How do I basically avail the vaccine in the first place? Or you think perhaps that's going to take some more time before this entire vaccine becomes market ready?
Now, see, I think there are quite a few unanswered questions, and some of them actually worry me more than others. Everybody is worried about the safety and efficacy. Absolutely, those are important questions. I'm not going to deny that. But, you know, the good thing is that the technology which is being used in the development of this vaccine is things that we are already familiar with. It's not a new technology like the mRNA vaccine, and even that has turned out to be a very good vaccine without any major issues. So I think we should not get too petrified about this, but yes, we should do a due diligence. I'm more worried about how the rollout is going to happen. India is not a country which is known for adult vaccination, which is exactly what this is. So we need to have a clear SOP on how we're going to achieve this. And what you brought up is how we are going to do this, which is absolutely critical. One way we could do it is look at how the Western countries are doing this. They're looking at their critical workers first, which is people in law and order, administration, and frontline health workers. And then second, looking at high-risk groups, which are the elderly and those with significant medical problems, and then into the rest of the population. So they are dividing it into 3 and possibly even subdividing it to make it 5 tiers and then going out. But doing it that way involves a lot of disruption because you're going to vaccinate a few people and not everybody at the same time. So there's bound to be a lot of heartache and grief from most parts of the community saying, why are you not vaccinating? Traditionally, we are a country which vaccinates children. So I envisage a lot of parents coming and saying, why are you not vaccinating my small child? Don't you think that child is so cute and needs help? So I think those kind of issues are going to be a significant problem. We can handle it. Please understand that this doesn't mean we can't do it. See, we about 15 years ago, we did tremendous work in handling HIV by education. So if we can do that, this can also be done. But it just needs very good planning, very good thought, and a clear SOP and a roadmap on how to do this. If that is not clear in our own minds, then it's going to be chaos. I think it's important for us to do the soul searching and the brainstorming now and not wait for that phase to actually come up to then figure out what to do. Most importantly, I would say we are in a better position than the Western world because Western world is still grappling with huge numbers of COVID-19 patients at the same time. So, you know, it's very, very difficult focusing on preventive measures when, and vaccination especially, when you have healthcare being literally pushed to the point of breaking in terms of patient care. We, on the other hand, although our numbers are low, we still have a problem, let's not forget that, but are much less than the Western world. Therefore, our resources can be diverted to a significant amount in ensuring that the vaccination process is done as smoothly as possible.
Dr. Swaminathan, as far as challenges are concerned, now we do understand the storage conditions as far as these two vaccines are concerned, it would be something between 2 to 8 degrees. Now, If at all, at some stage, Pfizer enters the market, that would require a different set of cold storage. Do you think India is well prepared for that?
See, I am aware that Pfizer has approached the government for emergency use authorization as well. But then if that is so, then I think the government will not want to take on that responsibility, because moving it out to the periphery, to remote villages which are just about getting electricity now, many of these villages have not had electricity in God knows how long. We don't know how reliable the power supply is going to be over a 24-hour basis. So I think it's going to be a pretty difficult vaccine for us to handle out in the periphery. But, it may be part of an answer. Let me explain that. See, we have people who cannot take a live virus vaccine. The Oxford University is an adenovirus, which is a live virus vaccine. Pregnant women cannot take that. I have a lot of transplant patients on follow-up. I would not allow them to take the Oxford University vaccine because it's a live virus vaccine. That's just not a good idea. So there are some groups of people who may need different vaccines. And finally, we should have a basket of answers. We can't put everything in one basket because, one, there is no way to produce so many of that vaccine. And second, we need to understand there are groups of people who could benefit better with a different vaccine. So I think we need to have different options. But the logistics, again, how we are going to work it out is going to be extremely critical. See, I envisage all kinds of problems that way. Like if you're going to start mass vaccinating women in the reproductive age group, and we're going to use a live virus vaccine, and that's going to be 2 times. Are we going to check for pregnancy each time we vaccinate? Are we just going to ask for a history of last menstrual period? How are we going to do all of this? These are all questions we need to be extremely careful about. I don't want to see a pregnant woman getting vaccinated with the live virus vaccine.